Hello everybody, welcome to the brief presentation of the Ontological Engineering course. It is clear that the web has become an object of our daily life and the amount of information in the web is ever growing. Besides plain text, especially multimedia information such as graphics, audio or video have become a predominant part of the web's information traffic. But how can we find useful information within this huge information space? The knowledge contained in the web is available in interlinked documents written in natural language. How can we make use of the knowledge contained in those web documents? To make use of this knowledge, technologies such as natural language processing, information retrieval, data and knowledge mining, among others, must be applied. Traditional search engines are not able to understand information content, neither to aggregate such content. To help on this task, we can apply semantic technologies. These technologies complement web documents with explicit semantics based on formal knowledge representation, the so-called ontologies. Semantic technologies allow that information in the web is complemented by its explicit semantics based on a formal knowledge representation, the ontology. In this way, the meaning of the information can be assessed in an automatic way and interpreted correctly. That is, it can be understood by machines. In this course, you will learn the fundamentals of semantic web technologies and how they are applied for knowledge representation in the web. You will learn how to represent knowledge with ontologies and how to assess and benefit from semantic data on the web. At the beginning of this course, experts in the field are going to explain you what is this new discipline, ontological engineering, and what kind of problems this engineering covers by means of developing and using ontology. After being introduced in this new discipline, you need to know what is an ontology and what are its main components. It is important also to have a clear idea on how to model ontology. And in this sense, it is good to know how to model particular problems by means of using the so-called ontology design pattern. To be used later on in the ontology development, it is also important to know the most well-known ontologies in the field. As in other engineering disciplines, it is important to have a methodology for developing the products. In the case of the ontology engineering field, we are going to introduce the NEO methodology for building ontologies as well as the main components of this methodological framework. The NEO methodology is based on 9 scenarios for covering different situations when developing ontologies. In order to obtain a good result, it is crucial to know the needs to be covered by a product. In the ontology engineering field, these needs are the ontology requirements that are going to be explained in the course. In addition, it is important to know guidelines for written in an easy and useful way such ontological requirements. The idea of reuse resources is applying on different engineering disciplines. The main aim of this approach is to save time and efforts and to reduce redundancies. In the ontology engineering field, there are different types of reuse that are going to introduce in the course. In addition, the course also provides some methodological guidelines for reusing knowledge resources. Regardless of our experience and skills for developing ontologies, it is always needed to evaluate the ontologies we build. In this course, we will review the main definitions as well as the most common approaches used for ontology evaluation. We will also show how to use OOPS, Ontology Pitfall Scanner, for evaluating ontologies. In this course, we will also explore some basic notions about ontology matching and why ontology matching is useful for ontology engineering. We will also enumerate the main techniques that are typically used for ontology matching. Language resources can be seen as a source of knowledge, and it is important to know how such resources can help us when developing ontologies. In addition, it can be useful to present the models for representing linguistic information in ontologies. Finally, we are going to show the cloud of linguistic resources, which are open and available for access and reuse, and which follow the linked data paradigm. Through this course, numerous ontology development activities have been presented. Luckily, there are many tools available to make it easier to carry out such activities. We will show several tools that can be used during the ontology development process to support activities as edition, reuse, or evaluation, among others. After this brief introduction to the ontology engineering, we hope you are interested in this new discipline. Thank you and see you during the course.